Hey guys, so this is what I woke up to this morning. It's the morning of day 3. I'm in Princeton, BC. Well, just outside of Princeton, about 4 kilometers out. And I found a place to camp, as you can see here. So day 2 was difficult. I mean, it's only day 2, so it's hard to say it's the most difficult day I've had so far. Well, at all, but yeah, you know what I mean. So it was a difficult day. Woke up in Hope, went around, tried to do some touristy stuff. Apparently there's not a lot to do in Hope. I did their walk around Rambo First Blood tour, your self-guided one, and discovered that the movie's 30 years old and there's absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, that resembles what happened in the movie. So that was kind of a bust. The tourist information people were really nice. The rest of the town, not so much. There's some pretty angry people in Hope, BC. A lot of glares, a lot of mumbling under their breath as they saw me coming by. But that was that. And then, went to go leave Hope. Was going to take the Coquihalla and go up through Merritt on my way to Kelowna. But discovered that you can't actually hitchhike on the Coquihalla Highway. Which meant that I had to walk for 9 kilometers and find a spot to hitchhike on the Crow's Nest Highway, highway number 3. So that was a 9-kilometer walk with a 40-pound backpack. And I don't know if you can tell by this, I'm not the most in shape dude in the world. In fact, I'm not actually qualified to do this trip at all. I'm a gigantic nerd that plays video games, writes, watches wrestling, just a bunch of nerdy crap. And here I am in the middle of nowhere, camping as I hitchhike across Canada. So it tested my resiliency, I'm going to be honest. As I was taking the 9-kilometer hike up through the mountainy area of Hope, there was definitely a couple moments where I was like, I could just quit and give up. And if I had any other options, I might have. It was tough. I was not expecting to have to do something like that, especially this early on when I'm definitely not prepared for it. But I made the trek, found a place to hitchhike, got a ride in about 5 cars, so that was actually really nice. A guy named Hans from Switzerland, who moved to Oliver, was nice enough to pick me up and give me a ride. Very nice guy, had a lot of fun talking to him. But he dropped me off in Princeton, and I realized that there's nowhere to camp out in Princeton. I don't know if you can see, but there's not a whole lot of wooded areas around here. Like, it's kind of difficult to camp when there's no woods. I thought about camping along the Trans-Canada Trail, but they have some very strict signage saying camping overnight's not allowed. And also a guy that was monitoring the site who told me camping was not allowed. So I decided to walk down the highway towards Penticton and see if there was a place to find to sleep. This was about, 6:30. I got to Princeton about 6:30, wandered around the town, and realized that it's a ghost town after 5 o'clock because everything there is shut down. Everything. 5 o'clock rolls around, everybody must go to bed. It's weird coming from a city where everything is open like 24 hours a day, no matter when you need it. So I walked about 4 kilometers down the road and I found this nice little wooded area. You can see the highway is kind of right there, which was a little annoying because it's hard to sleep when all you can hear is cars passing all night. But I found a nice comfortable spot to lie down and sleep. Wasn't able to get a sleeping mat because the only store in Hope that sells stuff like that was closed on Mondays, which might be the tagline for this entire trip. Hitchhiking across Canada. Sorry, we're closed. Because tried to get the Greyhound in Langley on Sunday, closed. Buy a sleeping mat on Monday, closed. Get to Princeton, everything's closed. So we'll see what happens when I get to Penticton. But yeah, it's day 3. That was day 2. I'm just getting ready to pack up and head on out. So yeah, if you guys want easier updates, you can like and subscribe to the videos. They will be getting better, I promise, once I figure out how to actually do this properly with a cell phone camera. But in the meantime, I love you all, and let's not get eaten by bears. Later.